Hello and welcome along to Good Morning Transfers. Things are really starting to ramp up. We are just 2 days away now from the new Premier League season, and champions Liverpool are far from done in the market. 2 defenders could join, and the Alexander Isak situation is still bubbling away. We have got loads to discuss in the next hour. Good morning to you all at home, and also to the former Newcastle and Bournemouth midfielder Dan Gosling, and to James Green. Dan, your debut was so strong, mate. You're straight back into the first team. Yeah, good to have you on board, mate, again. Right, let's start with the significant developments around the future of Marc Guehi. Crystal Palace have slashed their asking price for their captain to around about £40 million, with Liverpool in talks to sign the Palace captain and defender. Liverpool just keep going, don't they? Just keep spending here. With Guehi, when you look at their squad and you look at how they played in the Community Shield, is he exactly what they need to balance it out even more?
Say exactly what they need. I mean, yes, they do need reinforcements at the back. They need a centre-back for sure. And Guehi is a top player. I think you look at the price tag now, it's almost a bargain. Last January, Newcastle bid 70-odd million. So, yeah, to get him at 30, 40 million now is a great acquisition. Whether he chooses Liverpool, that's the big question.
Yeah, we don't know that yet. But if he does end up at Liverpool, for you, does he start ahead of Konate right now?
Well, it's certainly not ahead of Van Dijk. And he predominantly plays the left side centre-back. I know he's shifted over a few times. The Konate contract situation is going to be a big factor. I really like Konate. I think their partnership is great. But Guehi is a ready-made replacement. He can definitely slot in that side. Whether he starts the first game of the season, if he gets in there early enough, I'm not too sure.
OK, a long way to go ahead, of course, but they are in talks. James, Palace value him at 40 million, which means that Liverpool could easily get him for less than that, conceivably. Dan touched on it there, but that does seem an absolute bargain. He's only 25 years old.
Look, he's a terrific player. He's a terrific man as well, actually. This is someone I've interviewed many times. I really like personally. I think he's a great guy. And look, Dan alluded to the fact that Newcastle were interested and put in a high offer close to 70 million last summer. In January, Tottenham also tried to prize him away from Crystal Palace. Now, last summer, for Crystal Palace in particular, there were so many late transfer deals potentially happening. Were they going to lose Joachim Andersen and Marc Guehi? The club didn't want to do that. Now, we've been speaking about Alexander Isak so much in this window, refusing to play for his club, desperate to move on. Marc Guehi never acted like that at all. He was in a training ground every day. He was captain first game of last season, continued that role throughout, was highly successful for Crystal Palace. He's a great young lad. Remember, he moved from Chelsea to Crystal Palace at just the age of, 21 in 2021. A surprising move at the time to move away from a Champions League club like Chelsea to play for Crystal Palace. But that's the intelligence and street smarts of this young man. He had his feet on the ground, knew where he wanted to go, set his sights on playing for England, which he's established himself now, England's first choice centre-back. It is a bargain, but this is the right time. Steve Parish said it, didn't he, in his comments over the weekend? We can't let a player run down his contract to the end and go for free. We can't do it. So this seems like it's going to happen. And because it's 1 year left, that's why the deal's so cheap.
OK, let's play a bit of fantasy football, shall we? Because we all like playing a bit of that. Let's have a look at the potential 11 that Liverpool could field if they get Marc Guehi and Alexander Isak. So we put Guehi in there ahead of Konate for now. As you'd expect, I guess, with the midfield. And then that front three is just absolutely terrifying, isn't it? Salah, Isak, Ekitike. Pick the bones out of that, Dan.
Well, I'm sure Konate is going to have something to say about it, first and foremost.
Hope he's not watching, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with that situation. Konate is not going to be happy on the bench for 12 months. He's in a World Cup year himself. He's going to want to play. Guehi, again, is in a World Cup year, going to want to play, and arguably could start for England next year. But if you go to Liverpool now, I just don't know whether you're going to get 40 games under your belt. I understand Palace point of view, they're going to want to sell, get some money in. But yeah, I mean, look at that team. It is frightening.
It is Friday. I must admit, so I see Marc Guehi as could be the future for Liverpool. Van Dijk signed his new contract, 34 now, 2 years left, gets to 36. Marc Guehi could conceivably be at Liverpool for the next 10 years in that centre-back role. Ibrahima Konate, 1 year left in his contract. As Dan said, we don't quite know where he's going. Liverpool, if you're going to criticise Liverpool, really hard to when they've won the Premier League title, but it was defensively. Now, despite that partnership at the back, how strong actually fundamentally was it? I'm not convinced. I think Marc Guehi offers something different to what Van Dijk and Konate offer, and I think it might balance quite well alongside Van Dijk. But one thing I would mention, they've got a new left back, they've got a new right back. Having a new centre back is a completely almost different back line. That can sometimes take a bit of time to gel.
But they might not be done there. Tell us more.
No, they might not be. And look, all clubs are looking ahead at the future. They can't just stand in the present. They have to look at what's ahead and what talent is out there. And Liverpool are interested in Parma's teenage centre-back, Giovanni Leone. He's just 18 years old. Parma could be open to selling him. But the figure we're talking about, Berre's 18, £26 million plus bonuses. Now, this deal for Leone is not linked with Marc Guehi. So even if they get Marc Guehi, they will still look to bring in this young centre-back. He established himself in the first team at Parma last season in Serie A. It's an exciting talent and one that Liverpool are trying to get their hands on pretty early to make sure nobody else does.
To my left of that, while we're at it, Isak or Guehi?
I think Guehi. I think he'll be the first one. Obviously, the Isak situation's rumbling on. I don't think it's going to happen before they play each other in the Premier League. Obviously, Newcastle still haven't got a replacement yet. So, yeah, Guehi, get that done early and get him in.
Both.
No, that's not. They can't say both. It's Isak or Guehi. There's no both button on the website.
I can't pick. Look, Ekitike looks very, very good leading the line, even in that early stage of seeing him in a Community Shield. But Alexander Isak is high quality. But Liverpool need defenders.
So Guehi?
Marc Guehi, yeah.
OK, all right, we finally got out of him, got off that fence.